With the upcoming release of the Desert Skiff and Starlight Pit set, I think it'd be pretty cool to show you and review the original Desert Skiff set. This is set 7104, labeled the Desert Skiff. I don't know the exact piece count, but I do know that this is a very, very old set. This set released in the 2000s, so 24, pushing 25 years old. The set I got for a little under 70 bucks, which I think is super good. I have barely any damage on my box, sealed, perfect condition. I think it's obviously not perfect, but near perfect condition. But today, I decided I probably should open it. It was sitting on my shelf, and I felt like, you know what, I just need to open it anyway. Give you a review. I feel like that's what I deserve. I feel like I deserve to show you guys. I shouldn't let this sit. I don't believe in that in most cases. I feel like with any type of set, you should open it and build it. I think that's just as fun as having the set. So yeah, today we're gonna be opening it and reviewing to you the original Desert Skiff set. As you can see, I am trying to be very, very careful. I don't want to mess up. I do have mess up in a little bit. I'll show you, but it's not too bad. As you can see, it's right here. I accidentally cut the box, which is unfortunate, but I was able to actually fix that and kind of glue it back together, which I think is super cool. Nice save. Inside the box, you have two bags, and you do have two little pieces of paper, which we'll look further into. For the bags, we have this smaller bag that has just some smaller pieces, like a hilt, hair pieces, and some more other little accessories. Then in this bag, you actually have the torsos, heads, and just other parts of the actual skiff. The three papers we have, as you can see, we have a little paper and the instruction manual. The first piece of paper is super cool. I don't like how much it's folded. It's kind of hard to unfold, but that's okay. This paper is actually a showcase of every single set that is released around this year. I mean, you have the B-Wing, the Slave 1, super cool minifigures, the Gungan Patrol, and the Flash Speeder at the top right. Super, super cool. I always love seeing these. The second piece of paper we have is this, alternate build for, the build of R2-D2. I've never been a side build person, so whatever. For the instruction manual, there's actually a lot to say about this. I don't love the instruction manuals around this time. It's super hard to kind of tell what the color is. If you don't know, some of the blacks come off as the dark gray, so it's kind of very hard. Luckily, it wasn't too hard for this, but yeah, anyway, not that great, and very, very short manual. So yeah, but you know what, that's really not about it. Pretty basic, whatever, that's really about it. So now I kind of like to get everything built. Here is the finished product for the Desert Skiff. As you can see, we have everything built and in position. But first, before I talk about the Desert Skiff, I would like to talk about the actual minifigures that are included in this set. The first minifigure we have in this set is Han Solo. There's something about this minifigure that I can't point out that I love so much. I don't really know what it is. Because this isn't a special minifigure by any means. I mean, there's only face printing and torso printing and nothing else. No leg printing, no arm printing, no back printing, nothing. Not even a second face in the back. Nothing. Very, very basic, but for some reason, I just love it. I don't know if it's the look of it. I don't know if it's the yellow skin, but there's something about it that just has some charm that I do love so much. I can't even point it out. I just can't tell you. I mean, there are so many Han Solo minifigures that are just miles better than this one, but for some reason, this one is just so cool. Maybe it's because this is the first ever Desert Skiff Han Solo. I don't really know, but to me, it's just such a charming minifigure and such a good inclusion. The next minifigure we have is Luke Skywalker. Just like Han Solo, very, very basic minifigure. I mean, no arm printing, no leg printing, just torso printing and face printing, and that's it. But I don't know. Just like Han, there's some sort of charm about this. For this one, I'm pretty sure it's the lightsaber hilt. The chrome lightsaber hilt is such an iconic piece from Lego Star Wars. I mean, oh, it's just so good, especially Count Dooku's hilt. Such an amazing thing. I wish they honestly bring it back. I know it had issues with the chipping paint, but it's so good looking. It works so well with this minifigure. It just sets the mood so heavily. Such an amazing minifigure. Obviously, you have the very thin eyebrows for Luke Skywalker that don't even match his hair. Such an iconic minifigure and such a good inclusion. Taking a closer look at the Desert Skiff, when building, the first thing I noticed is that this Desert Skiff is very, very small, With most first iteration sets for LEGO Star Wars, the first iteration is always the smallest in most cases. And I feel like this one definitely does fall into that same category. It is very small, and I will be showing you a comparison right here. I have the 2012 version. It's really broken, but you get the point. As you can see, I'm comparing it. The 2012 version is like 2 inches longer. Obviously, I think all the other ones are just as long too. So yeah. But besides that, I feel like the model is very good looking. You get the point across. I don't really know. You do have this cockpit piece right here to put anyone. Unfortunately, they don't have one of those guards, which is really unfortunate. But I mean, you can still put Luke in there or Han. Super cool. Super cool for a kid to have, especially. And honestly, it looks pretty cool. It looks like it's supposed to be. Right here, you have some wings. These like little side things move. Obviously, I have them in the position they're supposed to be, or at least I think they are. But for a kid getting the set, you can move it however you want, which I think is super cool, especially having this function in such an early set. There is actually one complaint I have. It's not this. This part is super cool. You have this little like platform, not really platform, but these little like sand colored pieces to levitate it. Obviously to give it to a look that's floating. But one thing I do not like is actually trying to put Luke on side of the actual like board right there. Almost like a little like whatever. But whenever you try to put Luke on, it always falls off, which I think is super lame. But honestly, for a set that came out in 2000, I don't expect much. But yeah. That's really about it. That's all I have to say. Yeah, as you can see right now, I'm kind of putting all the minifigures on as it's displayed in the box. That's really all I've left to say about this set. Super good set overall. Yeah, that's really about it. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I did try a little harder than I usually do on reviews. And yeah, I hope it does show. That's really about it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a great rest of your day, y'all. Bye-bye.